Okay, here we go. I am going to show you the character creation for the game Rift. First, you have two origins or factions to choose from. You have the Guardians. They are the chosen of the gods, brought back from death to save the world from the corruption of the dragons. Each Guardian has a great destiny to become a celestial hero. Or the Defiants. Defiants have taken fate into their own hands, turning away from the Vigil to pursue their own plan. They harness the power of the planes to fuel magical technologies for the defense of Talara. So I'll show you the Guardians first. You can choose from Mathosians, which are kind of like the humans, High Elf, or Dwarfs. So then I will show you. You can pick from, these are your classes, and each one has a different role. They each cover all the roles, so this is a very good game for that. You have Warrior, Cleric, Mage, Rogue, and if you pay, you could have Primalist. Warrior, if you choose Warrior, you could have a Defender, an Overlord, a Triumphal Warrior. Let's go back. Okay, your Righteous Defender is the top warrior physical mitigation tank spec. Use this build for any heavy physical damage fights or any fights where you need great cooldowns in order to survive. Guide provided by Rough Raptors. Overlord. A strong warrior build that excels in damaging multiple foes at once. Overlords have both passive and active healing abilities to keep them alive. This makes them a force to be reckoned with. Triumphal Warrior excels at damaging multiple foes while standing her ground. She is a whirlwind of blades and power. Then you have some that will unlock if you pay. Songforged, which Songforged is a healer that uses careful power management to sustain and shield their allies, primarily a single target healer. Or Warrior of the Wild, a melee warrior who uses his offensive abilities and his battle pet to bolster his allies and weaken his opponents. The Wild is dangerous, but not as dangerous as this warrior. So then you have your female warrior, which are the same thing. Defender, Overlord, Triumphal Warrior, or a Warrior of the Wild. Cleric. You can be a Seraphic Guard, which is a defensive cleric who uses their faith to shield them from vicious assaults as well as to mend minor wounds. Nature's Protector. Nature's Protectors use the power of life to infuse their melee attacks with power and to summon powerful companions and protectors. Shaman. The Shaman is a melee DPS cleric who cleaves through enemies as they walk into the Shaman's path. Doomcaller, which is, if you pay. The Doomcaller is a ranged AoE DPS cleric that calls for power from the void and brings great agony to its foes with death spells. Or Benefactor. Benefactors are healing clerics who specialize in single target healing. They can quickly restore even the most critically wounded allies' health, but can have difficulty healing numerous people at once. And then I'll just keep her on here while I'm going through the classes. Mage. He could be a frozen defender, a tank of water and air who uses ice to protect themselves from devastating blows whilst protecting their allies too. Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is a survivable solo DPS mage that can help heal in a group if needed, especially if there aren't any chloromancers around. Gravelord. An offensive mage, this is pretty much a necromancer, an offensive mage who utilizes undead pets and death magic to destroy their enemies. This is what my character is, a Nexus Magus. The Nexus Magus is a powerful caster who uses the raw elements to decimate foes. Flame Caller. An offensive mage that uses fire to destroy their enemies from range. This is a high damage build, best used in groups, and can have trouble soloing. Frozen Deity. An elemental frost mage who stands in combat with no fear, healing their allies, showing the enemy they have no fear. Or a Terramancer. The Terramancer bends fire and earth to weaken her enemies and bring the heat to the fight, buffing your fellow Ascended. And then the next is the Rogue. And the classes for Rogue are Vortex, a resilient, mobile rogue designed to draw the attention of enemies. This build works best if in a group. Huntsman, an offensive rogue who calls upon animal companions to savage their foes while standing back and raining death from above. They can also stand toe-to-toe with foes should the situation call for it. Night Stalker, an offensive rogue who can strike from the shadows to quickly overwhelm their foes with fiery damage. Skirmisher. This build combines the damage of Ranger with the utility and burst of Marksman for potent lockdown and sniping damage. Combat Medic. A versatile and defensive rogue healer who uses needle-tipped projectiles combined with their vast knowledge of modern medicine to heal and protect allies. Mad Genius. The Mad Genius uses wit and gadgets to inflict incredible harm on foes while buffing allies. They can also provide some healing in a pinch. And Virtuoso. The Bard is an important asset to any group, buffing and healing allies while debuffing and damaging foes. The Bard can also sustain itself solo, but it works best in groups. And then the last one, which I can't show you, sorry, is the Primalist. So now I will get into showing you the actual character creation. We'll go male first, the Mathosian male. We'll just go with anything here, just so you can see. You could change the face shape just by moving this around. You could also change the features as far as wrinkles and where the shadows lay on the face. You can change the color of the eyes, the scale of the eyes, the rotation of the eyes, different eyebrows, you can change the shape of the nose. I'll turn them to the side so you can kind of see the size of the nose and the tilt of the nose and the mouth, larger or smaller. Hair, you could change the base color of the hair and then the highlight colors, which on this hairstyle you can't really tell anyway. Let's see. We'll go black for base color, just so you can get an idea. You could pretty much make it look pretty cool. And then the different hairstyles. You could do the different face markings. You could also change the color of the face markings. They're like face tattoos. You could put on the male characters facial hair. Or no facial hair. You can change the skin color, all different kinds of colors. You can change the height. And that's about it. So that's the male Mythosian. And for female, I'll go through her stuff. So same thing, you can change the face shape, eye color, the scale of the eyes, the rotation of the eyes, and the eyebrows. The nose. Size of the nose, the tilt of the nose, and the size of the mouth. And then you have your hair. Pretty much all different kinds of colors. You could go purple, green, whatever color you want, and the different hairstyles. Let's get a better color than that though. That's kind of like, who would ever use that color? Not me. Base color, I like to do like something like that. And these are the different hairstyles. Now that's weird. I don't know why I'm having trouble here. Alright, well, I'm trying to get a color that you could see. Okay. Okay, so these are the hairstyles for the girl. Ponytail. If you don't want the hair to look like that, you can choose both of them the same. The highlight and the base color the same, so it doesn't look so choppy. The markings, either no markings, or your choice of markings. I like it without. Girls have different makeup. Oh wait, her features, you can change the features. You see her cheekbones look higher or lower or whatever. And then makeup. Different eyeshadows or eyeliner. You get the gist. Skin color. God, that's ugly. Eyeshadow. Okay. And then the height. So that's the Mythosian. Now I'll go quick through the hairs, basically the hairstyles and the most important stuff to make this not such a long video. I'll change it to a mage so you can see it in a robe. But this is the high elf. We'll put this dude. Eyebrows, markings, I know he looks mean, but I don't know if that's the eye rotation or could be the features. There, that's better. Make the mouth bigger, smaller. His eyes look a little small. On the elf, you could change the ears horizontally and vertically. So then the hair, whoops. That's pretty cool. Okay. Most people just want to see what kind of hair there is, so I'm just going to go through the hair now for the girl. Elf. And for all of them, all the classes, the same hair, and it's the same for all of it, so let's do the hair. But anyways, you could see that there's a lot of options. I mean, there's other games that have even way more options than this, but this gives a good variety.
Yeah.
So then we have dwarfs. Or dwarves. When I think of a dwarf, I think of like a cleric. We'll do cleric or a mage. Cleric. Just so you could get an idea. Change his hair to red, because when you think of a dwarf, me anyway, I think of a red-headed dwarf. He sure looks old. These are old-looking dwarves, but I probably can change that with the facial features. Wow. Okay, let's see the different hair. I'll kind of do it sideways here. And then facial hair. Another female. I really don't like the markings. Makeup. And hair. I'll leave her hair color that way. I'll change her skin color a little darker. Make her lips a little darker. And let's look at the hairs. And that's it. You get the gist of all the different options you can do in the character creation of Rift. It's pretty cool. Thank you for watching.